In this walkthrough, I would like to guide you through walking around Git locally, like moving around only on your local computer in a local folder, because Git is already useful without GitHub, without GitLab, just on your local computer to manage and version your code. Don't try to type the commands off the screen or copy paste from YouTube, which obviously doesn't work. We got you covered. There is a free book online on research software engineering. Link is in the description. Let's just go there quick second. There is an entire chapter on Git, chapter 5. There you learn a little bit about Git, and what we are concerned with in this one is just the moving around section. It's really a small section, only this table. You see a couple of commands that we are going to use, and you need to consider. But for the time being, let's really stick to that one, to this basic chapter, which helps your understanding of how Git works. Right? So assume we are in a Visual Studio Code project. Like, it's just a basic folder. Could be any folder on your hard disk. And the first thing that you do is you initialize a Git repository. Just run git init in that folder, and this makes this folder a Git repository, puts it on a version control. So assume when we now start start our work just with one file, you create a main.markdown file, just put some text into it, because as long as you don't make any changes, won't have any effect. And now let's try to commit this. But before committing, we need to add it to the staging area. If you still struggle to understand the concept, take a look at one of our conceptual videos where we explain the concept of a staging area, commit, checkouts, and so on, a little bit more about terminology. So you add this file that you just changed, and then you run git status. You see what happens. You see there is no commits yet, but changes to be committed. So you put your main file into that box, so to say, that's about to be committed. And now you commit that file, say git commit -m. You trying to have a semantically reasonable commit message, because that helps you to understand what you did today when you look at it in the future. So let's say starting out very initial welcoming. Let's say welcoming everyone, right? Because we're saying hello. And that's our commit message. And then you see, okay, once you hit enter, what happens? You have committed a file. Now let's go to that file and let's really address people, like by saying this main markdown file now gets hello hacking for science. All right, so we edit the text file. All right, and then now you run git status again. What you see is there are changes. Git detected that a file which is under version control has been changed, but the changes are not staged for commit. So it could be that you have multiple files, and you want to stage one file and the other you don't want to change because it's a different commit. You're actively creating versions of something. It's not like you are automatically syncing the moment you change. That's like a huge difference between Git and maybe other concepts like Dropbox that you are used to. And it's not that syncing, but you are creating the version. You are in charge of creating versions. And so what we do here is, again, we say, okay, this main file is the one that we want to add here. And we add it, we run git status again, we see what happened before. You see now it's ready to be committed. Now we run another commit message, like git commit -m, and then we do it right here on the terminal. If you leave out the -m, it will work as well, but it opens up a text editor and forces you to have a commit message, because Git is really committed to semantic commits and pushing you to have reasonable commit messages. And now I would say addressing the audience maybe instead of welcoming, because that's addressing the audience. That's what we did here. That's our commit message. Okay, now we commit, and now we run git log and see what our commits are. And there you see, okay, first commit was welcoming everyone, and then there's another commit identified by its unique hash, and you see who did it, when we did it, and yeah, that's it for this one.